Hello. The name of this story is Catterineta. That's the name of a person, okay? Once upon a time, many years ago, long time ago, there was a girl named Catterineta. She was very curious. She was a happy girl, but she was curious. Catterineta had an aunt that lived in a small house in the forest, okay? In the woods. The aunt lived in a small house in the forest. Catterineta lived in a village with her mum and his dad. Okay? These are mum and Catterineta's mum and dad. And one day, Catterineta's mother was preparing a dessert. Okay? A dessert. Dessert is what you eat at the end of a meal. So when you eat your lunch, you have, for example, pasta, you can have meat or fish, and at the end, finally, you have a fruit, an apple, or a cake. That's the dessert, okay? So Catterineta's mother wanted to prepare a dessert. She wanted to prepare a chocolate cake. Okay? A chocolate cake. A cake made of chocolate. But she had a problem. She needed a pan. This can be a cake or a pan. A pan is where you put the dough to create a cake. So we have the frying pan. Okay? You put meat inside and you cook it, or you can have a pan. And to make the chocolate cake, Catterineta's mom needed a pan, and she had no pan. So she said, your aunt that lives in the forest has a pound. She has a pound. So go to the forest and ask your aunt to give you the pan. And she said, okay. So Catterineta walked to the forest, and she said to her aunt, hello, aunt, Mom needs a pan. Can you give me a pan? And can you please give me the pan? And the aunt said, yes, I give you the pan, but tomorrow, not today, tomorrow, you bring the pan back. When you bring back the pan, I want a piece of cake. When you bring back the pan, I want a piece of chocolate cake. And Catterineta said, yes, okay, of course. But she was serious. She said, but do you promise that you will give me a piece of cake? And she said, yes, I promise. I will give you a piece of chocolate cake. Okay, so the girl, Catterineta, walked back home. That was Catterineta's house, where they lived together, and the mother prepared the chocolate cake, the dessert, and the chocolate cake was delicious. Imagine that's the cake. They made 8 pieces, and Catterineta ate 1 piece. 1 piece of cake she ate. Mom and Dad were bigger, so Mom ate 3 pieces of cake. 1, 2, 3. She loved chocolate cakes, so she ate 3 pieces of cake. And Catterineta's dad also loved chocolate cakes, so she ate 3 more pieces. So there was just 1 piece left. 1 left. 1 piece left. So next day, Catterineta took the pan with the piece of chocolate cake inside the pan, and she had to bring it back to the aunt. So she walked through the forest. But when she was walking, the smell of she was walking with the pan and the chocolate cake, the smell of the chocolate cake, the smell of the chocolate cake came to her nose, and she thought, oh, it was so good, so delicious. So she was tempted. And she could not resist. She ate the last piece of chocolate cake. Oh, Catterineta regretted. She regretted, okay? She said, oh no, that piece of cake was for Aunt. I promised yesterday that I will give her the pan and 1 piece of chocolate cake. And now I have eaten all the cake. So she saw a chocolate cake in the forest. She was walking and she saw a chocolate cake. Well, it was not a chocolate cake. It was some poop. So she grabbed the poop and placed it on the pan like a chocolate cake. And she arrived at the aunt's house in the forest. She said, hello, Aunt, here's your cake. I put the cake on the table, and she ran away really fast. She went home really fast, but She was scared because she knew that that was a poop. A poop. She was not a cake. It was not a cake, sorry. It was poop. So she was very scared and she trembled. She trembled. She trembled. She trembled because she trembled. So she trembled. She was very scared. So she trembled and trembled. She was very scared. And she thought, oh, Aunt will be furious. She will be very angry. And yes, her aunt was very furious when she saw that the cake was not a chocolate cake, was indeed poop. So aunt went to Catterineta's house. Catterineta was at home. She was in her room, in her bedroom, and she heard a voice saying, Catterineta, I'm coming to your house. I want my dessert. I want my dessert. And Catterineta was very scared and she trembled and she said to Mom and Dad, Mom, Dad, Aunt is coming to the house. But Mom and Dad said, okay, that's not a problem. But she was very scared. And Catterineta heard a voice saying, Catterineta, I am in front of the door. I want my dessert. She was very scared. She was really, really scared. And she heard the voice again. Catterineta, I'm in your bedroom. I want my dessert. The aunt was in front of Catterineta's bedroom. And suddenly, the aunt opened the door of her bedroom and said, Catterineta, I'm here and I want my dessert. You promised me. You promised, you make a promise. And you gave me poop, not a chocolate cake. I want my dessert. And the aunt ate her dessert. The aunt ate Catterineta. And that's the end of the story.